The long wait is over, and we are 6 minutes away from the 2021 girls basketball season. Welcome to La Jolla Country Day, everybody, in beautiful La Jolla, northern San Diego County. My name is Jonathan Rifkind. I'll be on the call for today's matchup between the La Jolla Country Day Tories as they host the Troy Warriors, two powerhouses in their respective sections, as the Troy Warriors out of Fullerton make their way down to San Diego to take on the reigning National Girls Team of the Year, the La Jolla Country Day Tories. They had an opportunity to play Archbishop Mini in the state championship a year ago. Unfortunately, that was canceled due to COVID. And you know that head coach Terry Bamford and the Tories are looking to pick up right where they left off last season. The Troy Warriors, well, they're coming off of a loss in the Southern Section Division I championship to Harvard Westlake. They went on to lose to Marlboro in the state Division I first round. These two teams are very familiar with each other. Over the course of the last 2 decades, they've matched up 7 times. And guess what? Troy owns the series, if you will, the season series, the all-time series between these two teams. 5 wins to 2 for La Jolla Country Day. The last game, well, it was a barn burner. Troy took it 60-58. Do they have another one to kick off their 2021 campaign? Well, we'll find out. Tip in about 5 minutes. You're listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section girls basketball game of the day. Back for the tip when we come back. Welcome back inside Country Day Gymnasium, everybody. Jonathan Rifkin, delighted to be back with you for the call today. Want to take a second to thank one of our sponsors, as today's broadcast is brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Mission Fed Credit Union is a proud partner of the CIF San Diego section and San Diego's largest member-owned non-for-profit full-service financial institution, exclusively serving San Diego County. Banking at Mission Fed means doing good for San Diego by putting money back into the communities of San Diego through supporting and helping hundreds of local nonprofit organizations. A big thank you to our friends at Mission Fed for sponsoring today's broadcast. Well, the Troy Warriors, out of the Freeway League, they've won 28 consecutive league titles against the 3 teams in their league, Sunny Hills, Sonora, and La Habra. They are 32-0. 32-0 over the last 28 seasons. That's pretty incredible, folks, if I do say so myself. Coach Roger Anderson in his 14th season at the helm with the team out of Fullerton. 285 wins, only 83 losses. They've appeared in 4 state regional semifinals, 4 state semifinals, and they were a CIF runner-up. He is looking to start off the 2021 campaign emphatically. What a schedule Coach Anderson has put together here in a shortened COVID season. We'll get to that as the broadcast continues on. On the other side, La Jolla Country Day, they finished last year 32-1. They won the San Diego Section Open Division. They made the Open Division State Championship. Unfortunately, though, they could not play due to coronavirus and an opportunity to take down Archbishop Mitty. However, they were awarded the National Team of the Year. Their only loss last season for La Jolla Country Day was against Long Beach Poly, a fierce competitor that the Troy Warriors are very familiar with. We're moments away from tip here at La Jolla Country Day as the starters are about to be announced by the phenomenal PA staff here at La Jolla Country Day. The last time these two teams met was back in 2018 at the La Jolla Country Day tournament, and Troy took it 60-58. Troy went on to lose in the championship of that tournament to one of the best teams out of Colorado in Huntington Ranch. The starters for the teams being announced here on both sides. First for the Troy Warriors, the point guard junior Isabella Pearson, whose father is sitting next to me running the book for Troy. She averaged 4.6 points per game a year ago. She'll be joined in the backcourt by Aaliyah Gonzalez, your junior guard standing at 5'10". Down low, Indigo Parker, the 6'5 senior. She'll have her hands full. And then the final guard for Coach Roger Anderson starting is Caitlin Osako, the 5'6 senior, who averaged a hair over 2 points per game a year ago. And when I say that the 6'5 senior Indigo Parker has her hands full today, she will be matched up with Brea Cunningham, the 6'4 sophomore. A sophomore, folks, at 6'4. Brea Cunningham as a freshman, well, she averaged 17 points per game, 12 rebounds, 4.5 offensive rebounds, and 7.4 defensive rebounds. Brea Cunningham will be the girl to watch from La Jolla Country Day. How will she match up with Indigo Parker? Well, I can't wait, folks. We are moments away from the 2021 girls basketball season from kicking off. I am jittery in my seat as we bring you the starters for La Jolla Country Day. To Hiyama Avant Roberts, the 5'9 freshman. A lot of freshmen on this squad. We'll start in the backcourt with Sumaya Sugapong, the 5'7 sophomore. Down low will be Brea Cunningham, the 6'4 sophomore. And Destiny Villarreal, the 5'6 junior guard, are the five on the floor as announced by head coach Terry Bamford in her 23rd season with La Jolla Country Day. She is eyeing 500 wins, up over 470 now. The tip goes in favor of the Tories, and we are underway in the 2021 season. The Tories in their all-white uniforms with the blue stripe on the side, white shorts. Troy in their reds with black numbers and letters on the front and back, red pants with a black stripe. Ball movement along the perimeter for the Tories into the corner. A three is launched. It's long. Ball is tracked down by the Troy Warriors and Isabella Pearson, the captain for this team. Quickly, though, Pearson has the ball ripped away. It goes out of bounds. Full court to go here. 25 seconds on the shot clock for the Warriors. That three, by the way, was missed by Avant Roberts and La Jolla Country Day. The Tories showing a full court press as the Warriors breed it. On the run is Gonzalez. She lobs it inside to Parker. Can't hit the lane. Rebound falls to Cunningham. And the Tories, they're on the run now. Half court sling down low. It kicked back out. Lining up a three is Jazzy Anusin, and she hits a three to give the Tories the first points here today. 3-0. Country Day leads. Jazzy Anusin, the senior point guard, averaged 8 points a game. We'll have a big task as a steal is taken away in the backcourt, laid up and in for two by Tiama Avant Roberts. 5-0. Country Day leads after the steal. Another one on the full court press. Avant Roberts' pass, though, down low is picked off by the Warriors, and now they're off to the races. Ball finds Pearson near side. She fumbles it, taken away by Cunningham, and the Tories are on the move left to right. Left wing is Anusin. Back door pass to Sugapong. She pulls up for three. It's long. Rebound falls to Indigo Parker and Troy. 2 minutes have come and gone here. Opening quarter, 5-0. Tories lead the Warriors. Warriors in possession against that zone defense. Left wing is Gonzalez. Swings it down low. Ball is tipped away and taken by the Tories. One-on-one here on the break as Anusin. Check that's Sugapong, and she lays it in for 2. A 7-0 run here to start the game for the Tories as we hit the 6-minute mark in the opening quarter. Pearson, who averaged 4.6 points per game on the left wing, dumps it down low. That's Parker. And she tries to sky hook it in. It's too hard. Tories on the rebound and the counter. Here they come on the near side. Roberts, dumps it down low. Cunningham bullies her way to the hoop and hits the layup for 2. And just like that, 9-0 Tories lead here. 5:36 to go in a timeout by Roger Anderson. Very active on the full court press is La Jolla Country Day. And it's been really hard for Troy to get some sort of offensive continuity. They've turned it over 3 times in the backcourt. 2 of those times have led to both a 3 and a layup, totaling 5 points. And that's the game plan here for Terry Bamford as we hit the timeout. She has been one of the most emphatic coaches in the nation. 470 wins, only 140 losses in 23 seasons here at La Jolla Country Day. And she's won the National Coach of the Year 2 times at the helm. Last year in the 2019 season for Country Day, their opponents were 500 and 230. That's a 720 win percentage. After 16 wins to start the season, the only loss for La Jolla Country Day came to Long Beach Poly, a team that the Warriors are very familiar with. They ended up going 26-7, ranked number 14 in California. So it was a quality loss for Country Day, and their only win. They ended up going on a 16-game win streak to end the 2019 season. As I mentioned earlier, didn't get to play Archbishop Mitty in the state championship open division because of coronavirus, but here trying to pick up where they left off, up 9-0 out of the timeout, 5:36 to play, opening quarter. And out of the timeout, it's going to be Aaliyah Gonzalez. Passing it in here to Jamie Choi, who just checked in for her first minutes of the game for the Warriors. Choi gets it back, crosses the timeline, and a kick ball as she was attempting a bounce pass to Gonzalez, goes off a Tory leg and out of play. Reset here for the Troy Warriors. The Warriors only have a handful of home games this season. They have an insane road stretch that starts on the 13th and ends at Harvard Westlake on the 27th. They have 8 games over that stretch. That will not be an easy period. I'll highlight some of those games for Troy in a moment. Right now it's Pearson up top off the inbound, swings it right wing to Osako. Osako picked up by Avant Roberts, kicks it near side to Gonzalez, and back to Pearson with 15 on the shot clock. Now in the corner, Choi with 10 on the shot clock. Dumps it right wing, Gonzalez. Gonzalez dribbles right baseline, gets rejected at the rim by Cunningham. And here come the Tories. They're up 9-0, 5 minutes to go here, opening quarter. And Cunningham finds a wide open cutting Avant Roberts, who lays it up and in for 2. 11-0 Tories lead. Full court press back in effect as Hot Potato is being played by the Troy Warriors with the basketball. A foul is called in the backcourt, though, as Sumaya Sugapong, the 5'7" sophomore who averaged the hair over 4 points per game last season, got tied up. That's her first foul of the game. 11-0 score remains here. 4:42 opening quarter. Troy with the basketball. Osako crosses the timeline, dumps it to Pearson up top. Pearson, dribble drive, floater, off the glass, it falls. Nice hesitation by Bella Pearson to free herself up. Gets Troy on the board here for the first time today. It's 11-2, 4:25 to go, opening quarter. Samayat Sugapong hands it off. Now it's Avant Roberts, left wing, now up top. Gives it to Jazzy Anusin, who gets it back from Sugapong. Into the corner, wide open. Destiny Villarreal swishes through a 3. Her first points here today. It's 14-2 Country Day. Pearson beats the press, drives all the way to the high post on the left side, brings it back out. Great defense by Villarreal. Gets knotted up, and a foul is called by Bella Pearson after she tried to dive on top of Destiny Villarreal after she tipped the ball away. Nonetheless, that's her first foul, second team foul here today. 14-2, Tories get the ball back. High intensity on both sides to begin this game, but Country Day, that full court press has forced 4 turnovers so far. Has resulted in 8 points of the 14. Under 4 minutes to play here, opening quarter. Ball swung to the left wing, now into the corner for Torrey Pines. Great defensive effort by Aaliyah Gonzalez, though, to get into the passing lane and knock that away. Aaliyah Tufaga, by the way, checks in here for her first minutes. Troy gets the ball back. Full court to go. Gonzalez has her outlet pass tipped and taken away by the Tories. Now on the fast break. Troy getting back in numbers, though, on defense. Ball is tipped away and stolen by Caitlin Osako for Troy, who gets fouled as she makes her break across the timeline here. Naomi Panganiban picks up her first foul. A handful of freshmen here for La Jolla Country Day. Taylor Denty, Aaliyah Tufaga, Naomi Panganiban, Anime de Guzman, Tiama Avant Roberts, all highlighting the underclassmen here for the Tories. Off the inbounds pass, it's taken away by Cunningham. And here come the Tories, a one-on-one for Aaliyah Stanton. High off the glass is too hard, but she corrals the offensive rebound, dumps it in the corner, gets it back. She tries a 3 this time off the right wing. It's front iron. Rebound falls to Jamie Troy, and here comes Troy. Troy trailing 14-2, 2:50 to go here, opening quarter. High intensity from both sides, but the Tories able to find the bottom of the net more often than not so far. On the left wing, it's Gonzalez. She's picked up by Avant Roberts, dumps it up top. Now into the right wing, Pearson. High post, flip and turn is good by Indigo Parker. The 6'5 senior, a player that they want to work the offense through, is on the board here. 14-4, 2:25 to play, opening quarter. Left wing, Brea Cunningham gives it back on the near side, and a foul is called as Naomi Panginiban starts her drive. Kayla Borgelt, 5'7 freshman for Troy, charged with her first foul as a sub comes in. Maggie Tevin checks back in. Give Jamie Troy some relief here. 2:19 to go. Tories with the basketball back up top. Down low, Cunningham flips it into the near side corner. A long 3, too hard off the iron, but the offensive rebound is crowd here from the Tories. On the right wing is a nuisance. She just shot that 3, by the way. Troy showing his own defense. Cross-court pass left to wing. Bounce pass in the middle is taken away by the Warriors, but now a scrum on the court for the ball. A jump is called. Possession arrow favors Country Day. 14-4. Score remains under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. In our Prep Insider CIF San Diego section, girls basketball game of the day. Second broadcast of 5 we're doing this week. And now a conversation by the officials here. Only 2 officials in the non-league game. And only 2 road games right now on the schedule. And they're flipping that call. They're giving it to the Troy Warriors. They're saying that it was tipped off of one of the Tory basketball players. So with 1:52 left here in the first quarter, Troy with the basketball down by 10. Pearson goes right wing to Gonzalez. Swings it up top now, Maggie Tevin. And she walks with it. Another turnover here for Troy. Maggie Tevin, junior forward, sitting at 5'6". Average 3 points per game last season for this Warrior squad. Country Day now taking it up. Ball moved along the perimeter. Cunningham, right wing 3, unleashed by Panganiban, and she hits. 17-4. The lead now extends to 13, the largest of the game for La Jolla Country Day. Gonzalez feeds it up to Tevin. Finds a cutting Warrior on the right side. Stopping and pulling the trigger is Kayla Borgelt. She can't hit, though. Cunningham with the rebound for for La Jolla Country Day. Left wing, Anusin. Back up top, lining up a 3, but it rims out was Naomi Panginiban. She just hit on the previous possession. Under a minute to play here, opening quarter. 17-4. Country Day leads Troy. Troy in possession. Gonzalez, left wing. Tried to dump it up top, but Cunningham able to steal it in the passing lane. Here comes Anusin. All the way to the rack, can't hit. Rebound falls to Troy. 4 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. The 12-footer is left short by Tevin. Rebound falls, and she's able to follow with a lay-in. 17-6 now. No shot clock. 27 seconds to play. La Jolla Country Day in possession of the basketball. Naomi Hinganiban, a freshman with 5 points here so far. On the right wing, Cunningham kicks it into the left corner. And a reset here with 10 seconds on the clock. Anusin into the middle. Cunningham goes right at Parker and hits on the floater with 1 second to go. 19-6 to score. And time runs out. At the end of one, Troy trails La Jolla Country Day 19-6. The 13-point lead matches the largest of that first quarter. Before we get to your first quarter stats, I want to thank one of our sponsors, that being Scorebook Live. Scorebook Live is the official digital content partner of the CIF and your destination for following all of your favorite teams and players at scorebooklive.com for scores, live play-by-play, and more. And the LA Chargers, fans of championship football at all levels, the Chargers are proud to support CIF Athletics. Learn more about the Chargers' work throughout Southern California at chargers.com/community. So 19-6 is where the score remains here at the end of the first quarter. The last time these two teams played was in the quarterfinal of the La Jolla Country Day girls basketball tournament, which is a nationally recognized basketball tournament. That was back in 2018. And in that tournament, Troy went on to lose in the tournament championship. And what was one of the highlights of Coach Anderson's career, of course, last season for Troy, Coach Anderson was named the 2020 CIF Coach of the Year after his 23-10 season. They lost to Marlboro in the State Division I first round, but Troy able to retain most of that phenomenal team from last season, except for Hannah Steins, all-county girls basketball first-teamer who transferred from Troy to Orangewood Academy this season. Was one of the best sophomores in the nation a year ago, but Coach Anderson not too upset about the transfer because he has quite a team that he is building out of Fullerton. All right, ready to go. Second quarter, 19-6. La Jolla Country Day in possession of the basketball in the second quarter. Yvonne Roberts, right wing, swings it left wing. The lob inside back to her. High post turn is rejected at the rim by Indigo Parker. Parker very active down low. She's played every moment tonight for Troy so far. Right wing Pearson, she slows things up. Picked up by Sugapong. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pearson dishes right wing. Caitlin Osako now calling the play. Picked up by Yvonne Roberts. Swings it up top now. Parker. Picked up by Cunningham. Goes back to Osako. Right wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Osako loses it. Nice hands by La Jolla Country Day. She gets it back with 4 seconds left. Now Pearson. And the pass is picked off by Villarreal. She'll be uncontested all the way to the hole. She lays it up and misses. The follow is good, though, by Sumaya Sugapong, and Coach Roger Anderson very upset with the opening Troy possession here in the second quarter. He wants a timeout. 21-6. La Jolla Country Day leads after 57 seconds have come and gone here in the second quarter. I mentioned earlier that Troy has a pretty insane road schedule throughout the middle part of April. Listen to this, folks. From the 13th through the 27th of April at San Clemente, which is southern Orange County. 2 days later, they drive all the way to Brentwood to take on Brentwood, one of the dominant girls basketball programs in the state. 2 days later, they go to Centennial, all the way out in what is it, Chino? Out in Chino. Then they at Glendora, at Sonora, at Sunny Hills, at Harvard Westlake, before finally hosting Fullerton on the 28th. So from the 13th to the 27th, a brutal road schedule for Roger Anderson, but this team does not shy away. He wants the best of the best here in Southern California. Out of the timeout, inbounds pass is taken away by Country Day. Avant Roberts lays it up and in for two, and Country Day extends their lead. They're up 23-6 here. About a minute gone in the second quarter. Another pass is taken away by the Tories. This one was stolen by Newson. Kicks it out, left wing three, swishes in for Sumaya Sugapong. And it's a 20, they're saying it's a long two. So it's 25-6. It is not a three, as on the dribble drive, a foul is called. Kayla Borgelt, 5'7" freshman, looking for her first points of her varsity career, will go to the line First free throws tonight on either side. Foul goes against Sumaya Sugapong, her first. 2 free throws now for Kayla Borgel. Only freshman on this roster for Troy. And a correction here. Sumaya Sugapong actually just picked up her second foul of this first half. Borgel goes 0 for from the line. Score remains 25-6 here. 6:30 to play second quarter. Sugapong swings it left wing to Anusin. Little hot potato along the perimeter with the rock. As Anusin dribble drive, a little flip up is too hard. Cunningham rebound. Can't get the second attempt. Gets a third attempt, though, on the offensive rebound and lays it in for 2. Indigo Parker was out of position after the initial miss, and that gave Cunningham a free layup. 27-6 foul called in the backcourt on the full court press. I believe they're going to get Jazzy Anusin with a push. And actually, they got Destiny Villarreal with that foul. Anusin was not the culprit right there, excuse me. 27-6, Troy with the basketball. Pearson up top, gets a high screen from Parker, dumps it into the middle, but it's taken away from Cunningham. Here comes the Tories in a 2-on-2 break. All the way to the hole. Sugapong flips it behind her, but it's taken away by Leah Gonzalez. Troy now on the counter in a 3-on-3. Pearson turns on the Jets. Goes through her legs, left wing. Avant Parker, Roberts stops her. Little bounce pass into the lane as tied up by Villarreal and Maggie Tevin. Jump ball possession arrow points to Troy. 5:29 to play here, second quarter, 27-6. The 21-point lead is the largest of the game for La Jolla Country Day. Off the inbound, Pearson launches a 3 and swishes it through. She's on the board here, 27-9. Under 5:20 to go, second quarter. Tory's in possession of the basketball. Troy trying to chip away at this lead before halftime. Anusin goes left wing for 3. Avant Roberts, it's a tad short and corrals out of bounds off of the Tories. So Warriors get basketball back, and they've had a little bit more of offensive continuity over the last 2 or 3 possessions. This full court press, though, that the Tories possess has been very hard to beat, as once again, in the corner, Pearson goes in the backcourt, has to throw it off the leg of Avant Roberts out of play with 22 seconds left on the shot clock, which only gives them about a 4-second window to get the block up across the timeline here. On the inbounds, I guess they're not going to call a 10-second violation, as Pearson is just trying to beat the double team in the backcourt. Avant Roberts takes away for the Tories. Another backcourt turnover forced by La Jolla Country Day. A little stutter step to the rack. Anusin can't hit the lefty layup. Rebound comes off to Parker, and the Troy Warriors now on the counter. Ball swung to the near side. That's Gia Lee, the sophomore, into the corner. Pearson tries another 3. This one, air ball is too long. Offensive rebound tracked down by Kira Ujiki. And then a ball is kicked out of play on the pass by Destiny Villarreal. Clock stops with 4:21 to play, 27-9. $14 seconds on the shot clock. 4:20 here on the game clock, second quarter. Tories maintain that 18-point lead. Pearson, stutter steps. Pearson, dribble drive, right baseline. And her dump down pass is taken away by the Tories. Avant Roberts finds Sugapong up on the block, and she has some nice top spin on the layup and finds the bottom of the nylon. 29-9 the score. Troy trying to beat the press, but a travel violation is called on Aaliyah Gonzalez near midcourt. Took 2 steps and then gave it up. Official said, no, that's a turnover. 7 backcourt turnovers now for the Troy Warriors. La Jolla Country Day has been incredibly active with the full court press, giving Troy all they can handle here. The Warriors in a 2-3 zone defense on the Tories inbound. Left wing is Anusin. Dumps it now to Aaliyah Stanton. 6'5" sophomore getting her first minutes tonight. Now Anusin goes right wing. And she gets it back with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Starts her drive, kicks it near side. Avant Roberts, high arcing 3 is short. Pearson tips it, but it ricochets away to Jazzy Newsom, and the Tories get a fresh offensive possession. Right wing three, though, is short. That one by Naomi. Offensive rebound, no, it's taken away by the Warriors. Warriors looking to run now, trying to beat that full court press. Pearson up top. Step back, Trey, yes! Big shot by Bella Pearson. Her second three here tonight. 29-12 with 3 minutes to play in the second. Little stutter, create some space, and line it up straight away. Tories moving the rock around the arc. Kicked up. Anusin tries a 30-footer. She's about a foot short, and the air ball goes out of play. Troy with a good defensive possession right there. They have a real opportunity to make this a game with 2:42 to go. You could feel a tad of the momentum shifting to the Warriors. We'll see how they capitalize. Kira Ujiki takes a seat. Aaliyah Gonzalez will make a reappearance, but not before La Jolla Country Day calls a timeout. During this 30-second timeout, gives us an opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, East Bay. East Bay is the official athletic retail partner of the CIF and home to all your game day needs. With a wide selection of high-performance athletic apparel and shoes, East Bay will make sure you're ready to dominate the day. Head to eastbay.com today to find your fit. Big thank you to East Bay and also the Kokolski brothers. Get your official CIF San Diego section championship gear from the Kokolski brothers at all of this year's championship events. Shirts, sweats, sweatshirts, and much more available. Check out the Kokolski brothers. 2:42 left on the clock here, first half. 29-12. Troy trying to trip away at what was once a 21-point lead. And Isabella Pearson has really made all of her efforts known for the Troy offense. She's had 2 threes here in the quarter. She's been facilitating the offense. And for the junior guard, only averaged 4.5 points last year. She's already shown the strides that she's made in the offseason. The other side for La Jolla Country, this full court press is a lot to handle for any team. And Troy being one of the best offensive flows in the nation, not only in the state of California, for them to have trouble against this full court press, that's saying something about how dynamic Coach Terry Bamford is. Off the inbound, though, ball kicked away. And it goes off of Troy. They're saying it's off of Caitlin Osako out of play. And the Tories force another turnover with 2:30 to play. They're up 29-12 here in the first half. Ball goes to the right wing. Aaliyah Stanton swings it up top. Panganiban picked up by Pearson. Swings it high shoulder on the cut. Avant Roberts, a little flip up and around, and it finds the bottom of the net. Warriors now an errant pass up is taken away by the Tories. Jazzy Newsom able to track down that ball and force the turnover. Goes behind the back up top. Spins high shoulder. Kicks it out now left wing. Into the corner. Avant Roberts tries a three. In and out. Ball's tipped around. She gets it back along the perimeter. Avant Roberts. Very active hands here for the Tories. Kicks it out right wing. Newsom flips it up through contact. Hits. No foul is called. But now a whistle. And Jazzy Newsom is currently down under the hoop after what was an incredible lay-in attempt. There was a double team on her. She split the double team on the pivot about 6 feet away on that high right block. Went high off the glass, hit it. No foul was called, but she immediately went down. Now she's grabbing her right ankle. And Coach Terry Bamford out there tending to her right now. No fans in the stands, only a couple of students. La Jolla Country Days adhering to as much of the COVID protocol as they can. But it's good to see the senior leader on this team, Jazzy Newsom, able to get up onto her own power. She's walking off next to Coach Terry Bamford, but under her own power, just a slight limp with that right ankle, maybe twisted. Of course, Jazzy Newsom made huge strides as a defender last year and a big three-point shooter who is one of the best at spacing the floor in the game. Last year, this team had Tahina Powell, of course, the National Guard of the Year who went to Oregon. And with Powell in college, Jazzy Newsom's expected to take that place of the prolific scorer. Troy has the ball side out here with 1:39 to play, 33-12 to score. Isabella Pearson in possession. She's played every moment of the first half so far. 2 big threes to keep her team in it in the second, down by 19. Dumps it into the middle to Parker. Ball is tipped away. Great defense by the Tories, and they're on the counter now. Panganiban up top, picked up by Pearson. Swings it right wing. Sugapong back to Panganiban. Now left wing Avant Roberts. With 15 seconds on the shot clock, ball is moved up to the top of the key. Now to Tufaga. Stops left shoulder, kicks it back out with 7 seconds. Sori's back in possession. Sugapong with 4. Sugapong, left wing 3 is tipped and rejected by Indigo Parker. And here comes Pearson and the Warriors. Pearson stops left wing. Fast break 3 is a tad short. Ball's rattled around, taken away by the Tories. Under 50 seconds to go here, second quarter. Tories in possession. Naomi Panganiban kicks it right wing. The 3 is off by Sugapong, and here come Troy now. Pearson slows things down. About a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock here in the half, 33-12. La Jolla Country Day leads. Pearson gives it up. A foul is called, and it'll go against the junior point guard and the captain of this team. Great hands on defense by Aaliyah Stanton, the 5'6" sophomore, getting into the lane, getting a palm on the ball. It was enough to force possession to change hands, and then Pearson wrapped her up. That's her first foul here of the game. Second foul, excuse me. Relatively clean first half. Both teams under the bonus. Fouls to give here with 15 seconds to go. Tories in possession. It's a dump down to Cunningham. She loses it. Parker with the steal. Here comes Troy now with 7 seconds left. They got to go. Osako, left wing. Osako with 2. Dumps it up top, and time will expire before Pearson can get up a shot. That's how the first half ends. At the half, La Jolla Country Day 33 and Troy 12. It has been a very active defensive half for La Jolla Country Day. Troy showed some signs of fight, moving the ball along the perimeter, getting some threes to fall, and some nice steals down low, but ultimately that full court press instituted by Terry Bamford, doing what it's meant to do, forcing quick turnovers and getting easy points thereafter. Before we take about a 5-minute break, I'm going to thank one of our remaining sponsors, Aventus Health. Aventus Health congratulates all CIF student athletes, their schools, and supporting communities for their achievements. Your strength inspires us to do more than practice medicine. You inspire us to transform lives. Aventus Health, official healthcare partner of the CIF. Together, inspired. All right, halftime here at La Jolla Country Day School. In about 7 minutes, I'll get you back, or I'll be back with you to recap the first half, get you the big stat stuffers on both sides, and get you ready for the second half of action. La Jolla Country Day leads Troy 33-12 at halftime. Back in 5 minutes for the second half. Welcome back here inside La Jolla Country Day. My name is Jonathan Rifkin. What a fun first half, but La Jolla Country Day is currently up 33-12 over the Troy Warriors out of Fullerton in the Freeway League, a team that has won the Freeway League 28 consecutive years, looking for their 29th this season. Want to remind everybody this is an audio-only broadcast, so radio style. Go and, I don't know, I'll do my best to paint a picture for you. Go do something enjoyable while you're listening to this game as we are ready for the second half of action. Troy in possession of the basketball from midcourt. It's Osako, Parker, Tevin, Gonzalez, and Pearson. The five on the floor for Coach Roger Anderson. High post turnaround by Parker, air balls. The rebound is chased down by Gonzalez, and now Troy back in possession. Right wing three by Gonzalez, no good. Another rebound by Osako, but she stepped on the baseline out of play, and that's a turnover. First possession for Troy. They go 0 for here in the second half. 33-12 the score. And Sumaya Sugapong had 8 points. Tied with Avant Roberts, lead all scorers. Has the ball, dumps it off to Newson. Newson tried to drive, instead goes into the corner for three. Sugapong in and out. Rebound falls to Indigo Parker. And Troy, and then Parker's pass is thrown out of reach of Isabella Pearson, out of play. Pearson had 8 points to lead Troy. Only two other scorers in the first half. Maggie Tevin with 2, Indigo Parker with 2 as well. A minute into this third quarter, 33-12. The Tories have the lead and possession. Into the middle, they feed Cunningham. Turnaround jumpers blocked by Parker. Out of play, it remains with the Tories. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Parker at 6'5", the senior, matched up with the 6'4" sophomore, Brea Cunningham. On the inbounds, right wing, Anusin finds Cunningham high post, swings it up top. Avant Roberts now left wing. Villarreal unloads the three, rolls around and out. Parker with the rebound. Here come the Warriors now. Pearson faces a double team, throws it off the foot of Sumaya Sugapong, and it'll be Troy basketball midcourt. Talked about the Troy schedule back in that first half. La Jolla Country Day, now their schedule will come together because this is coronavirus season, baby, and unfortunately, nothing is promised, but you take what you can get. So Coach Bamford has a couple of games scheduled. I'll get to those in just a moment, but we expect her to fill in some more as the weeks progress. On the right wing, Osako tries a three. It's too hard. Villarreal dives for the loose ball, but she saves it to Pearson. Pearson now tries a 20-footer and swishes it through. Her third three today. She has 11 to lead all scorers. 33-15. Troy with some life here with 6 minutes to play in the third. And then a bump on the high right wing. Jazzy Newson had the basketball, got tied up with Caitlin Osako. 6 home games to open up the Tories 2021 campaign as they get the inbounds to a Newson, right wing, picked up by Osako, drives right at her, kicks it into the middle. Ball is batted around, though, on the pass, and Aaliyah Gonzalez comes away, forcing a Troy turnover. Osako loses possession. Villarreal able to kick it off of her, and now the Tories have possession on the turnover. 6 home games to begin this season. First versus Troy here right now. They host Mission Hills in 6 days. Carlsbad on the 13th of April. Bishops on the 20th. And then Centennial on the 7th. Closing out their home campaign against Mount Miguel on the 8th. At Mater Dei and Santa Ana at Bishops are their 2 road games this season so far. Avant Roberts, high arcing three is a tad short. Cunningham corrals the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out, and Jazzy Newson resets here for the Tories. They're up 33-15. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third. Nice little stutter step to the rack. And Jazzy Newson showing you a little bit of flavor with that lay-in. 35-15. Anusin has 7 points now. Ball goes up top. Pearson will call the shots on offense. Gets a high screen from Parker. Rolls left. Tried to get it to Parker. Cunningham, though, steals the ball from her. And it's a 3-on-2 in favor of the Tories. Avant Roberts taking it all the way to the rack from left to right, lays it in. No, it bounces back out. She gets her own miss, though. Tries to find Cunningham. Ball is batted away by Parker. Cunningham corrals it. And then a jump ball is finally called after a wrap-up. Possession favors the Troy Warriors. Check that. The La Jolla Country Day Tories, the Warriors started this half. 4:38 is where the clock stops. The 20-point lead for the Tories on the inbound. The flip up and in by Jazzy Newson, and she has back-to-back really nice plays here for La Jolla Country Day. Split the double team, went off the glass about 4 feet away from the hoop. Pearson gets wrapped up, and a foul will be called on Destiny Villarreal. Every time Bella Pearson has possession of the basketball, the Tories, they collapse on her. She is by far the most dynamic player on Troy, and the defense knows it. They're trying to get her to get rid of that ball as quickly as possible. Troy off the inbounds in possession. Caitlin Osako, the senior guard, pulls up for three and drills it. Her first points here today, only averaged 2 points last season, has three, 37-18. Lead cut to 19 here with 4 minutes to play in the third. Jazzy Newson brings it up. Hands it off to the newly checked in Aaliyah Stanton, now right wing. Stanton finds a Cunningham on the pick and roll, and that was picture perfect. As Cunningham lays it up and in for two. A turnover, no, a foul in the backcourt. As Jazzy Newson tried to come from behind Osaka to steal the ball. Caught a bit of her back, though. And Newson gets tallied with that foul. 39-18, 3:45 to go here, third quarter. Troy with the basketball. Osaka dribbles left baseline, kicks it into the middle. It's taken away, though, by Newson and the Tories on the run. Now it's Panganiban. She loses it. Pearson with the steal. 3-on-2 in favor of the Warriors. Now 3-on-1. Pearson full court up, and that's a beautiful pass as Kayla Borgel gets her first points as a varsity basketball player. The freshman cuts the lead to 19 here, 39-20, and Pearson running that break beautifully, facilitating the long bounce pass to find Borgel cutting for two. Into the corner now. The Tories have it on their side of the ball. Sugapong, check that. That's Tufaga. Left wing three, and Newson is short. Indigo Parker with the rebound. Here come the Warriors now. Full court press, not present right now for the Tories. It's Pearson. Picked up by Stanton. Gets a high screen from Parker, and a foul is called on Cunningham as Pearson tried to make a move to the lane. Last year, Cunningham was just a freshman, but she was absolutely dominant on the block. She displayed skills that were very much beyond her age. She averaged a staggering 17 points and 12 rebounds, 3.3 blocks for a team that finished atop the Max Preps national rankings a year ago. On the inbounds, Osaka takes it all the way to the hole. She's rejected. No, they're saying she actually had last touch on that basketball. It was initially blocked by Aaliyah Tufaga, but Osaka followed through on the layup. Air ball went out of play. Tories in possession now. 2:40 to go here. Third quarter, 39-20. Troy trailing by 19. La Jolla Country Day in possession of the basketball. And this team under Terry Bradford, not unfamiliar with winning ways. They have 18 league titles, 14 section titles, and 12 South Regional appearances, championship appearances. On the right baseline drive, the floater is left long. The layup was attempted by Aaliyah Stanton. Stanton now on the floor, but a timeout is called by the Troy Warriors. She got wrapped up with Caitlin Osako, and Troy will have the basketball after the timeout. Folks, download the CIF Sports 365 app for Apple or Android to connect with all of your favorite teams with access to schedules, rosters, scores, statistics, and more. Never miss a moment with CIF Sports 365. 39-20 at the timeout. 2:14 to play here, third quarter. And La Jolla Country Day has led every moment of this one. They were up 33-12. But a mini 8-6 run here for Troy has cut into the lead a bit. But as I was alluding to prior to that timeout, La Jolla Country Day, they are perhaps one of the most dominant programs in the nation over the course of the 2000s. They have appeared in 8 state championship games. They had an opportunity to play in the 9th right before COVID against Archbishop Mitty, but that game got canceled due to COVID. So that unfortunately, the last time that this team appeared or won a state title was back in 2015. Coach Coach Bamford was the Cal High Sports Coach of the Year, both in 2001 and 2012. Also in 2002, she was the Union Tribune Coach of the Year, as well as in 2003 and 2007. She is a dynasty in her own right. Pearson takes a high screen, pulls up right wing three out of the timeout. She leaves it short. Rebound falls to the Tories. Bringing it up now is Avant Roberts. Up top, picked up by Osaka. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Avant Roberts thought about making her move. Dumps it now to Pingani Bond. Gives it back to Avant Roberts. Lines up a left wing three and swishes it home. 11 points for Tajiyama Avant Roberts. That ties Isabella Pearson for leading scorer of the game. Pearson dumps it down low. Nice pass to Parker, who gets fouled going up for it. And the 6'5 senior will go to the line for two here. Only the second free throw trip of the day on either side. It has been a very clean game. Only other free throw shot as Parker hits the first was by Troy's Caleb Borgelt. She went 0 for 2 on that trip. Parker now with 3 points, 42-21, Tories lead. 1:38 to play here, third quarter. Parker's second free throw is off the back iron. Avant Roberts rips down the rebound, and the Tories on the counter now. Avant Roberts turns on the Jets to get away from Osaka's full court press. Hands it off now to Taylor Denty, who just checked in, the 5'5 freshman guard. Hands it off left wing. Pingani Bond floats it up from the free throw line. In and out. Parker had a hand in her face. Ball's batted around. Taken away by Tufaga. Dumped down past the Pingani Bond. And she lays it up and in for two. Great continuity by La Jolla Country Day right there. 44-21. Largest lead of the day is 23 now. Troy with the ball. Pearson lines up a straightaway three. Off left iron. Ball's batted around. And Avant Roberts had it. Lost it. Stolen by Gonzalez, and she lays it up for two. Aaliyah Gonzalez is on the board with her first points. 44-23 now. Under 45 seconds to play here, third quarter. It's about a 20-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Avant Roberts swings it up top. Ball is mishandled, but corralled by Taylor Denty. Into the corner of Avant Roberts, but she stepped out of bounds before trying to lay it up and in. And that's a Tory turnover. Good defense by the Warriors. Switching, forcing an error. They regain possession here with 34 seconds left in the third. There's going to be a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock as Pearson brings up the ball. She has yet to take a rest here in this one. Gets a high screen from Parker. Goes from left to right. Pearson, right wing, dumps it to Parker in the middle. Parker's 4-footer is too hard. Avant Roberts with the rebound. 20 seconds to go. No shot clock for La Jolla Country Day. Left wing. Anime de Guzman, who just checked in, one of the other freshmen here on this squad, a plethora of freshmen who have to replace 4 seniors for La Jolla Country Day. All 4 seniors for this team went to Division I schools. A high three, 32-footer as the clock runs out is splashed by Tiama Avant Roberts. She has 14 points to lead all scorers. And at the end of 3, it's 47-23. La Jolla Country Day leads. That was quite a shot, folks. I mean, I know how the three-point line moves further back during each level of the game, but that was well beyond the WNBA 3. I mean, that was Steph Curry range right there. And Tiama Avant Roberts able to drill it to give the Tories momentum here at the end of the third. 47-23. I want to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, the California Interscholastic Federation's official crowdfunding partner. E-Team Sports provides schools with an innovative fundraising platform to engage your entire community via many modes of communication, including social media and email. Help support any and all of your programs you have at your school. And thank you to all of you, our lovely listeners, for taking the time out of your busy Thursday. No matter how you're listening or where you're listening, all of us here at Prep Insider and the CIF San Diego section appreciate you making us a part of your Thursday afternoon plans. This is the second of 5 broadcasts we'll have this week on the Prep Insider stream. Tomorrow, we'll have a phenomenal North County football game. San Marcos, who is one of the youngest up-and-coming quarterbacks in the nation, will take on Carlsbad. That game is at 7:30. We'll be live at 7:20 for the pregame show. And then Saturday, We have a doubleheader in basketball. Girls basketball, Oceanside, Mission Hills at 5:30. And then at 7 o'clock, Mission Hill and Oceanside boys basketball. Fourth and final quarter gets set here. Troy with the basketball. And immediately, Kiara Ujiki, 5'5" freshman, gets tied up in the corner. But a foul is called on Gabby Schmidt. The 5'9" junior forward gets her first minutes here and picks up a foul. 15 seconds into the fourth, 47-23. Troy with the basketball. Pearson gets stripped by Sugapong. Sugapong and Pearson in a foot race to the hole, and it's won by Sugapong as she hits the layup over Pearson. 10 points now for Sumaya Sugapong. She only averaged 4 last season, already making strides in the early going here in 2021. Parker picked up by Cunningham, dumps it right wing. That's Caitlin Osako. Osako gets a high screen, cutting Parker, gets the feed, lays it up and in, and the foul. Indigo Parker picking up the offense all on her own here. Has an opportunity for an and one. Last season for Indigo Parker, averaged 7.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks in 33 games played. Has to anchor the front court here for Coach Anderson. Hits the and one, 49-26 now. It's a 23-point lead for La Jolla Country Day. About a minute in here to the third quarter. Ball is being brought up by Tufaga. It's actually Sugapong, excuse me. Villarreal now with it. Turns the corner, hands it back off to Sugapong. Straight away, 3 is lined up. It's airballed wide left and out of play. Warriors in possession of the basketball, trailing 49-26. 6:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. Osaka right wing, picked up by Anusin, gets a screen, brings it back up top now. Stops just inside the arc, hands it off. That's Kara Ujiki. Bounce pass right wing, Jamie Choi. Choi starts right, moves left, stops high post, and falls backwards for a travel and another Troy turnover. Very active defense for La Jolla Country Day here. Forces another turnover. Troy now in double digits in that department, 49-26. Score remains, 6:30 to play here in the fourth. And the team in white and blue, La Jolla Country Day in possession. Troy is 5-2 all time against La Jolla Country Day. They won in 05, 07, 08, 09, and 2018. La Jolla Country Day won in 2013 and 2017. And a foul is called on the move by Jazzy Anusin. Check that. That's Bria Cunningham on the dump down from Anusin. Caitlin Osako charged with that foul, and Cunningham will go to the line for 2 here for the Tories. Misses the first. By the time Brea Cunningham is a senior, she will be probably one of the highest recruited players in the nation. Probably. I would put, I'm not allowed to bet, folks. I'm certainly not going to bet on high school sports, but in the hypothetical world where all of that was allowed, my money's on Brea Cunningham being a top 5 recruit in the nation when it's all said and done. She splits the pair, hits the back end. 50-26, 6:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Bella Pearson dumps it right wing into the hands of Kayla Borgelt, who travels with it as she starts her move to the rim. And that's another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers now for Troy. Taylor Denty checks in here for Sumaya Sugapong and La Jolla Country Day in possession of the basketball. 6 minutes to play here in the fourth. Up 50-26 by 24. Jazzy Anusin goes behind the back, stops, goes up top. Denty lines up a 3 and hits her first points as a varsity basketball player. The young freshman showing off the range, 53-26. The lead extends. Pearson tries to flip it up and in, all on her own to the rack. She leaves it short. Villarreal gets it, and Pearson pummels her over. That's a foul. For Isabella Pearson, that's foul number 3 now. Clock stops at 5:39. Torrey Pines inbounding the ball right in front of us. It goes to Cunningham. She hands it off to Anusin. Anusin turns the corner, flips it up, but it's off back iron. Rebound. Also, Leah Gonzalez. Gonzalez now turns on the Jets. Going to go coast to coast herself. No, she tries to dump it down to Maggie Tevin, but it's picked off by Villarreal. Here come Torrey Pines now. Villarreal, a little stutter step, fakes the pass. Jukes can't hit the lay-in, but Brea Cunningham follows it up. And it's the second chance points. 55-26 now, largest lead of the day for Country Day. Right wing three by Pearson is left short. Ball's batted around between Schmidt and Tevin. And that's Gonzalez. And Gonzalez gets it, but immediately feeds it to Anusin. Anusin is going to try and take it all the way. She lays it up and in uncontested off the right glass, rather. 57-26 now. La Jolla Country Day leads. And after a very brief rest, Indigo Parker, who got her first rest of the game here in the fourth, is about to check in. Osaka lines up a long three, can't get it. Gonzalez with the rebound. Step back, 8-footer, no, but she gets fouled by Gabby Schmidt and Maggie Tevin. Will head to Aaliyah Gonzalez, the other 5'10 junior, will head to the line for 2 shots. Averaged 5 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist last season. Hits her first points here tonight, though she's played much of this game. Kira Ujiki subs in, as well as Indigo Parker. Massive subs. I mean, a platoon swap here for La Jolla Country Day. They bring in Naomi Panganabian, Gracie Schmidt, Aaliyah Tafuga, and checking back in here is Tiama Avant Roberts. 4:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's a 30-point lead, 57-27. Country Day in possession. Avant Roberts, high right post, brings it back out into the right corner. Now swings left wing. Gets it back. Picked up by Gonzalez. Shakes her off. Dumps it now up top. With 4 on the shot clock, ball is tipped away, and that's a backcourt violation on Torrey Pines. Good defensive intensity by the tandem of Aaliyah Gonzalez and Isabella Pearson to force that turnover. Troy basketball here with 4 minutes to play, down by 30. Pearson, right wing three, out of the inbounds is true. Another 3 for Isabella Pearson. Leads all scorers here today so far, cuts the lead to 27. Tanganiban, stutter step to the rack, can't hit. Rebound falls to Parker. Here come the Troy Warriors now. Pearson in possession, goes behind the back and slows things up across the timeline. Gets a high pick from Parker. Tries to find her cutting. Instead, it's stolen by Avant Roberts, and Torrey Pines with another turnover. It's number 12 forced here today. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 57-30. Country Day leads, and Avant Roberts gives it back to Troy. She lost control of the basketball, went into the stands. Warriors in possession. The Warriors will be at Aliso Niguel in 6 days. That game is at 6 o'clock. Their first home game of the season against Orange Lutheran. A fantastic matchup against Olu on the 3rd of April. Parker's floater missed. Ball's batted around off of Torrey Pines. A fresh possession under their own hoop for Troy coming up. Sub coming in is Anime de Guzman, her first appearance, giving Gracie Schmidt a rest, another one of the freshmen here. I'm really impressed. This is an underclassmen heavy team for La Jolla Country Day, and they have not missed a beat from last season. Parker takes the inbound, goes to Pearson on the near side corner. Pearson gets a high screen, finds a cutting Parker. Her 5-footer is short. Rebound falls to Leah Stanton. Here comes Country Day. Stanton stops, deep right shoulder, kicks it back out. Naomi Panganiban with it, picked up by Pearson. Panganiban hands it off now. Aaliyah Stanton, right wing, bounce pass into the middle. Straightaway 3 now attempted by Avant Roberts. It's short, rebounded by Troy. Here comes Kira Ujiki leading the break. Finds Gonzalez up, can't hit the layup, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Aaliyah Gonzalez got wrapped up with Teama Avant Roberts. And Aaliyah Gonzalez with 2 points here tonight at the line, looking to add on to her total. 57-30. Country Day leads. 2:25 to play here, fourth quarter. Gonzalez can't make the first. Troy has their only home game in the month of April on the 3rd. Then they have an 8-game road trip, I should say, before playing Fullerton at home on the 28th. Gonzalez splits the pair, hits the second one, 57-31. She has 3 points. Naomi Panganiban with it. Right wing. Swings it up top. Aaliyah Stanton. Bounce pass right next to her to Guzman. Back to Stanton, lines up a right wing three. It's short, ball is tipped up and taken away by Gonzalez and Troy. Up is Pearson. She's all alone, uncontested, lays it in for the fast break points. 57-33 now. Pearson able to finish that strong. A minute and 50 seconds to go in the game. Country Day leads 57-33. Pangani Bond with it. 12-footer is beautifully drilled. She did a little dribble drive move, shook off Kayla Borgout, rather Kiriujiki, and is able to hit the 12-footer on that right baseline. Pearson now gets a high screen, finds a cutting Parker. Parker mishandles. Gonzalez gets it now. Left shoulder into the corner. Osaka loses possession of the basketball, and here comes Avant Roberts and Torrey Pines into 2-on-2. Stanton leads the break. Stanton, right block layup is good over Pearson. And Aaliyah Stanton gets her first points here tonight. 61-33. The lead extends for Torrey Pines. Gonzalez now all the way to the back. Can't hit the righty floater. Rebound falls to Torrey Pines. On the move is de Guzman. Dumps it back to Pingani Bond. And Naomi Pingani Bond will slow things up. Picked up by Bella Pearson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Pingani Bond, right wing. Gets a screen from Avant Roberts. Utilizes it. Pangani Bond tries to find a cutting Avant Roberts. Turn around 8-footer off the block is good over Bella Pearson. That is a really nice move by Avant Roberts. She has shown a lot of dynamic play here today. And you bet that the freshman guard will be a big part of the future here for Country Day. 25 seconds to play. Ball is tipped around. Regained here for Troy on the near side by Ujiki. Dumps it down low. Parker's floater no good. Ball's batted around. Gonzalez saves it, but right to Avant Roberts. And now the shot clock is off for Torrey Pines, rather for Country Day. 13 seconds to play. Country Day in possession, and you assume they'll run away with the basketball and the clock. And that's exactly what Avant Roberts will do. The final here as the 2021 girls basketball season is underway. La Jolla Country Day Tories 63, the Troy Warriors 33. At halftime, folks, I talked to Roger Anderson, the head coach of the Troy Warriors in his 14th season. And I said, Coach, you have a heck of a schedule ahead of you. He said, we don't shy away from anybody. Yes, the start was rough, but you know the Troy Warriors are going to be just fine. They have a plethora of talent led by junior point guard Isabella Pearson. She led all scorers today. They'll head to Aliso Niguel in North Orange County for a bout in 6 days. La Jolla Country Day is back here against Mission Hills at 8 o'clock. I'll be live tomorrow from San Marcos as they host Carlsbad for our football game of the week. Once again, the final here, 63-33, La Jolla downs Troy in the opener of the 2021 season. For everybody who made our broadcast possible, special thanks to the Troy Warriors, to the La Jolla Country Day Tories, and all of our friends from Prep Insider and San Diego section. My name is Jonathan Rifkin, signing off. They're kicking me out of here because volleyball is about to play here in La Jolla Country Day Gymnasium. But once again, I'll be on the air tomorrow at 7:20 for San Marcos versus Carlsbad. Until we meet again, have a great rest of your week. You have been listening to the Prep Insider CIF San Diego section girls basketball game of the day, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Once again, the final year, La Jolla Country Day 63, Troy 33. Have a great rest of your week.